My name is James Tumanaro. I'm a retired police captain from the city of Hoboken. Retired 2005 after 30 years of service. 5 years ago, I had gone to a neurologist because I was feeling pain down my neck and I was getting numbness and tingling in my hand. And the CAT scan showed that I was starting to get degenerative disc disease is what they called it. And my neurologist, Dr. Robert Wagner, had been treating me with a nerve medication that eased some of the pain, but not the symptoms as far as the numbness and tingling. He told me, he said, surgery would be the only way to correct it, but that's a decision you have to make. One day I was outside playing with my grandson, Catch, and he threw an errant ball, and instead of trying to catch it with my glove, I overextended my right arm, and I felt something pull in my neck. And at first I thought it was muscular. Well, within a week or two, I noticed I was in the supermarket buying distilled water. I used to grab 3 or 4 gallons and put them in the cart. I got 2, and they both fell out of my hands. I just didn't have the strength to hold them. My right arm started to deteriorate quickly. I'm right-hand dependent, and it got to a point where I couldn't hold a glass of water in either hand. I needed to support it. So I went back to Dr. Wagner, who ordered MRIs, and he says, what I see is not good. He said, you need to see a neurosurgeon right away. His name is Dr. Geoff Appelboom. Got an appointment. He reviewed the films with my wife and I. He embraced me and he says, I can help you. I just felt that it was going to be better. I just felt that this tremendous relief come over me. Dr. Appelboom called and said, listen, I want to go over your case with my colleagues and get a consensus on what would be the best way to go. True to form, he met with his colleagues. He called me and he says, let's do this. So the day of the surgery, finally I woke up, recovered from the anesthesia, and he came in to check on me. And he put his hands in mine and I squeezed him. And he pulled back and said, what? I said, you've energized me. I don't know what you did, but you can feel. He says, I've never had a reaction to the surgery I've done as dramatic as this. So the 3-month recovery process wasn't difficult other than the fact that I really couldn't do anything. But I was getting the strength back, and I had a pair of those hand exercise, and my grandson would count out the reps. I couldn't do 1 prior to the surgery. Within 2 weeks, I was doing 40, and I ordered a stronger set, and was really I had full strength back in my hands and my arms, and went food shopping, and I went down the aisle where the water was, and I looked at it and I said, my last experience here was 2 gallons of water crashing to the floor, and I reached in, I grabbed 4 bottles of water, I put them in my cart, and I said a silent prayer and continued my shopping. My last appointment with Dr. Appelboom, I embraced him, and he says, you have no idea what you have done for me, doctor. As we discussed, I know my life was never in danger. I was not going to die from my condition. I understood that. But without a quality of life, what's the point of going on? I have my life back 100%, and nothing's gonna hold me back. I'll never quit, never. And as far as Dr. Appelboom, I pray for him every day that he has the strength to continue treating patients the way he does, which I know he will. And I don't know what else to say other than the good Lord made our paths cross, and I'm more than thankful for it. Not just from getting my life back from the surgery, but from meeting a real, wonderful, great human being. I love that man.